guys, Scott from the Scott Redwing Project. Want to talk to you a little bit today about getting started with singing, especially for those of you who are starting from scratch. It is very awkward, but also very rewarding, especially in those first 50 to 100 hours. So I want to walk you back to those first hours, tell you about my challenges, and also tell you about how I got started on this in the first place. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure you comment below if you have any questions or want to know anything else. Let me know. I'm happy to talk to you there. So we're trying to answer the question, can you learn how to sing from scratch? Or is it something that you are just born with? And that's what I've been working on now for the last 2.5 years. And got started, I told you in the last video, I've played professional basketball and had all this athletic background. Always wanted to sing. Always felt like that was something that I really wanted to do. I thought I would like it, thought I might be able to be good at it, but always had something else going on. And so what my wife ended up doing a few summers ago is she bought me 5 singing lessons at a local voice studio. And that was very, very awkward, going in and singing. I actually went in there and wanted to sing Hearts Alone. So I still don't know if I can pull that off, but imagine somebody walking in with zero experience trying to do that. So anyway, we got through that, and what I wanted to do though is I wanted to test, can I actually build my voice like an actual muscle, my biceps or whatever in my body? Is it a muscle that you can build through practice? So what I decided on January 15, 2007, I'm going to practice 1 hour a day, 5 days a week for the next 10 weeks. That'll get me to 50 hours, and then I'm going to measure it. How much better did I get? Then after that, I am going to measure another 50 hours to see if we can make any progress. So the good news is, I feel like we made a lot of progress in that first 50 to 100 hours. The bad news is it was super awkward to try to get through that process. So there are about 3 things that I can think about off the top of my head that were really awkward when we were going through that process. So the first thing that was super awkward was the lip burble. When we do our exercises, a lot of warm up, you well, first about 20 to 25 times trying to do that, literally 20 to 25 days, I just couldn't do it. Thought I should, you know what, don't worry about it. I don't know what I was doing, but I couldn't do it, and I just kept trying. I was reading on the forums for the Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy that it's an important warm-up to do, and so I stuck with it, and then finally one day, can do it. And so that was super awkward right off the bat, not even being able to do the first exercise of any of the exercise modules. And so that was awkward. I passed that just in time to move into an awkward phase of having my tongue stay down. So if you follow Ken Tamplin, he likes to really say it's the la, and look in the back of your mouth and make sure that your tongue is down and it opens up your voice. And I was really struggling because before I was looking at that, I was always real sore in my voice and always couldn't sing after an hour of singing, or really had a hard time. And so I spent a lot of time looking in the mirror at my mouth and trying to keep my tongue down, like a real awkward amount of time looking at a mirror trying to keep that down. And it never stayed down at first, and I tried everything. I literally tried to keep a spoon, put a spoon on there and try to get it down. Only thing that really did was just cause me to gag all over the place. So it was super awkward. And the good news is though, at some point, around 30 hours, 40 hours, that tongue laid down. And now I have to really make sure when I'm doing my videos that I'm always on the side, because if I'm actually doing my videos and I'm straightforward, I have a couple that are like this, I've got my mouth open and you can see like straight down my throat, and nobody wants to see that. So I try to move it off to the side now. And unbelievably, not coincidentally, what happened was when I started naturally keeping my tongue down, stopped getting sore when I was done, and can now sing for a really long time without having any soreness in my throat. And then the third thing that was awkward were my family. I've got 2 kids, wife, here at the house. I'm downstairs in my basement, and this is where I did a lot of my exercises. And what I would notice is my kids and my wife would move to the upstairs of the opposite corner of the house, and they would just try to hunker down until I stopped doing whatever the hell I was doing down here. And so what I noticed, though, after about 50 hours is that it became their normal as well. As I was getting into the habit of doing these exercises, it became normal to them. As I was making progress, it sounded less bad. And even to the point where they started saying, "Oh, Daddy, you're sounding a lot better," or a lot less worse during that time. And that was always really encouraging to me as I'm trying to build that up. So I actually, I'll post the SoundCloud links, because what I did is I did the voice exercises right in my first hour, and I did it again on my 50th hour just to see if you could tell a difference. And then during the 100th hour, I tried to do a couple of In Excess songs, and you can see I'll post that below as well, 100 hours of voice lessons. And you can see this big difference in just 100 hours. I really hope that this encourages you, because I'm telling you, if I'm doing this, really anybody can do it. There is no magical anything, talent or anything like that. It's just a guy who's in his basement who is actually willing to put up the time to do 1 hour a day of voice lessons and voice exercises. And so I'm not here to say, "Oh, look how great." It's like, no, this is just, you can see now the improvement between year to year and how it continues to get better. And that's what keeps me motivated as well, is to stand down here and to keep doing more and to keep getting better. There's always something to work on. And so even as I'm doing shows, and I think I'm in like 3 bands now, after a show, I'll get back, and the next morning I'm doing more exercises just to get better. So again, has nothing to do with talent or whatever. It's just somebody who is willing to put in the work. So tell me what you think. Your first 50 to 100 hours, if you've done it, what were the challenges that you've encountered? Or if you're thinking about doing this, what do you think your challenges are going to be, or what are you most either excited about, or are you most nervous about if you're trying to do this? So thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you like this, subscribe, follow me on this crazy journey of trying to sing better, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.